sacrifices and ongoing efforts to maintain stability. Historical peace treaties, often signed after long and brutal conflicts, serve as reminders of the cost of war and the value of peace. People around the world are now more aware than ever of the need to cherish and protect their freedoms. The symbols of peace, from doves to olive branches, take on new significance in times of uncertainty. They remind us that peace requires constant vigilance and a collective commitment to resolving conflicts through dialogue and cooperation. For the Netherlands, a country that fought hard for its own freedom, this was a wake-up call. The Dutch have a long history of resistance, from their fight for independence in the 16th century to their role in World War II. National pride is deeply rooted in their collective memory, and war memorials across the country serve as reminders of the sacrifices made for freedom. The current global situation has reignited a sense of vigilance and preparedness among the Dutch people. They are once again reminded of the importance of standing together, defending their values, and being ready to face any challenges that come their way. The Netherlands' commitment to peace and freedom is unwavering, but they understand that these ideals must be actively protected. Let's be honest, what Russia did in Ukraine scared everyone. The sudden invasion, the tanks rolling in, and the sheer audacity of the move left the world in shock. It wasn't just a political maneuver, it was a blatant show of force that disrupted the lives of millions. Families were torn apart, homes were destroyed, and the sense of security that many Ukrainians once felt was shattered in an instant. The images of war-torn streets and the sounds of explosions became a grim reality for those caught in the crossfire. It's like the school bully punched the class pet. Not cool, Russia. The world watched in horror as the news unfolded, with people glued to their screens, unable to believe what they were seeing. The fear and uncertainty were palpable, especially among the most vulnerable, children. Their innocent faces, now marked by fear, became a symbol of the senseless violence that had erupted. Parents struggled to explain the situation to their kids, trying to shield them from the harsh realities of war. This shattered the peace in Europe, and countries are nervous. The ripple effects of the invasion were felt far and wide. European leaders, who had long enjoyed a period of relative peace, were suddenly faced with the prospect of conflict on their doorstep. Emergency meetings were held and strategies were discussed, but the underlying tension was undeniable. The once bustling cityscapes now had an air of somberness, as the threat of further aggression loomed large. Now there's NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Formed in the aftermath of World War II, NATO was designed to be a collective defense mechanism, a way for countries to band together and ensure mutual protection. In times of crisis, NATO's role becomes even more critical. The recent events have put NATO in the spotlight, as member countries look to the organization for guidance and support. The meetings have become more frequent, and the discussions more urgent, as the alliance seeks to present a united front against potential threats. It's like a neighborhood watch for countries. Just as a neighborhood watch aims to keep a community safe by looking out for one another, NATO's purpose is to ensure the safety and security of its member nations. The idea is simple: if one country is threatened, the others will come to its aid. This sense of solidarity is crucial, especially in times of uncertainty. The recent aggression has reminded everyone of the importance of standing together and being prepared to defend one another. The Netherlands, a founding member of NATO, is taking its promises very seriously. The Dutch military has ramped up its exercises, ensuring that its forces are ready to respond at a moment's notice. The commitment to NATO is not just a political stance, it's a promise to protect and defend. The soldiers, with their rigorous training and unwavering dedication, embody this promise. They understand the gravity of the situation and are prepared to act if needed. Because when a bully like Russia starts showing off its strength, you need to be ready. The displays of military might, the parades and the drills are not just for show. They are a reminder of the potential threats that exist and the need to be vigilant. The Dutch, along with their NATO allies, are taking these threats seriously. Emergency preparedness drills are conducted regularly, ensuring that everyone knows their role and is ready to act. The message is clear: we are prepared, and we will not be intimidated. The Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte is a straight shooter. Known for his no-nonsense approach, Rutte has always been a leader who speaks his mind. In recent times, he has been particularly vocal about the need for a wartime mentality. This isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a call to action. Rutte is urging the nation to prepare for the uncertainties and challenges that lie ahead. When he says wartime mentality, he means business. This isn't about fear-mongering, it's about being pragmatic and realistic. The world is changing rapidly, and new threats are emerging every day. From cyber attacks to geopolitical tensions, the landscape of global security is more complex than ever. Rutte's message is clear. We cannot afford to be complacent. We must be proactive in safeguarding our nation's future. He's saying, look, it's time to be realistic. The world is dangerous, and we need to be ready for anything. This means acknowledging the harsh realities of our time and taking concrete steps to address them. It's about building resilience and ensuring that we are prepared for any eventuality. Whether it's a natural disaster, a terrorist attack, or a military conflict, we need to have the resources and capabilities to respond effectively. This wartime mentality means spending more on defense. It's about making the necessary investments to strengthen our military and enhance our defense capabilities. This includes modernizing our equipment, improving our infrastructure, and ensuring that our troops are well-trained and well-equipped. It's not just about spending money, it's about making smart investments that will pay off in the long run. Being in NATO costs money, but it's an investment in our security and our future. As a member of NATO, we have a responsibility to contribute to the collective defense of our allies. This means meeting our financial commitments and ensuring that we are able to fulfill our obligations. It's about being a reliable and credible partner in the alliance. Rutte knows that to be taken seriously, the Netherlands needs to invest in a stronger military. This is not just about national pride, it's about ensuring our security and our sovereignty. A strong military is a deterrent to potential aggressors and a guarantee of our independence. It's about being prepared for the challenges of the future and ensuring that we can protect our way of life. Rutte's call for a wartime mentality is a wake-up call for the nation. It's a reminder that we cannot take our security for granted and that we must be prepared to defend our values and our way of life. So, what are the Dutch doing? They're increasing their military budget. It's like finally fixing that leaky roof. It costs money now, but it's better than a flooded house later. They're also modernizing their armed forces, buying new equipment and improving training. You can't fight with old weapons anymore, you need the best gear to keep up. It's not just about tanks and planes. The Dutch government is also helping its citizens prepare for emergencies. It's like a nationwide safety campaign. They're teaching people what to do in case of an attack, how to spot fake news, and how to take care of themselves. They're saying, we're all in this together. Let's be prepared just in case. This situation feels familiar to the Dutch. They were invaded and occupied in World War II. It's a dark time in their history that they haven't forgotten. Seeing what's happening in Ukraine reminds them of what happens when freedom is lost and people aren't prepared. It's a reminder that history can repeat itself if we don't learn from it. The Dutch know that you don't just achieve peace, you have to work at it. This means being alert, being prepared, and standing up for what's right. They don't want to fight, but they're not afraid of one either. It's a tricky balance, but it's important in these uncertain times. This isn't just about the Netherlands. This is about the future of freedom and democracy everywhere. If Russia can invade another country and take what it wants, then what's stopping other bullies from doing the same? The Netherlands is drawing a line, saying that bullies will be met with strength. They're standing up for what's right, for the values that make Europe prosperous and free. Is the Netherlands preparing for war? They'd probably say they're preparing for anything. They're taking steps to make sure they're ready if something bad happens. They're sending a message. Don't underestimate us. We might be known for tulips and windmills, but we're tough. The world is watching. What happens in Europe affects everyone. Hopefully what the Netherlands is doing will encourage other countries to be ready, because the only way to stop bullies is to stand together, be strong, and defend what we believe in. The future depends on it.